So, yeah, this is a thing. If you haven't seen this already, it's one of those things that probably won't sell well on an image, unless you're willing to, read a little bit of English right there. Because if you look at that big boy Charizard, he moves. But I figured, we already have Journey Together and Surging Sparks, two of, like, the more hyped sets right now in this box. So let's throw Destined Rivals in there with it. So we'll be doing this at the end. So I will say it's kind of lame. They've done that Terrestrial Dark type Charizard EX in so many products. This is a slightly different version, but the original one they've done in so many different products, and it's been in like at least 2 different sets by itself. But they decided to do it again, but I guess mix things up this time. So let's go through our promos here. We just have the Paldean Fates, Charmander here, along with the Charmeleon. Now, they are both going to be Cosmos Holos, so there's a bit of a slight difference to them, but it's just a different holo effect on an old card. But then we have the Charizard EX. Now, you might notice right down there, this is a promo card. It's not like the regular Charizard that we've normally seen. Here's an image of the one that you've probably seen 2 billion times. It's just like a changed angle. That's pretty much it. But it is a different Charizard, so, I mean, I guess there's that. But we also have a code card. As far as the packs, we do have 2 Journey Together, 2 Surging Sparks, and a Paradox Rift, just for fun. Then, the big boy. Now, of course, this is on a very different material than your usual jumbo card. You might notice it is super reflective. Well, that's because this is plastic. Hopefully that sounds is picking up in microphone pretty good. So yeah, it's just a plastic Charizard because they're taking both of the, right there, the Charizard EX that we've seen 2 billion times, and the newer one, and kind of putting them together. So it's like, moving in motion. Yeah, it's just the lenticular card. That of course means that my wife, she hates these things. The texture and the sound of these lenticulars, because they're kind of like grated. So I'm going to go ahead and give her a warning. Because I know she watches all of my videos. I'm about to make the sound. So, yeah, it does this whenever you scratch across it. That's because of the way that the plastic is cut. This one's actually very fine. Like, this one is done really well. So I doubt I'll be able to get any sort of angle. Yeah, you can kind of see it. So you can see, like, the lines in the plastic there. Those are, like, physically there. They're divots. They're almost like triangle points sticking up. This, like, hundreds of them across this card, going up and down the card. And depending on the angle that you have the card at, well, at this angle, you're viewing the left side of the triangle. So like the triangle's like this, when you angle the card one way, you're seeing this side of all the triangles, and seeing it from this side, you're seeing that side of all of those little triangles. When you do it at a very small detail, like this one is really well done. It kind of gives the illusion of movement. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and I'm sure you've seen these hundreds of times, but I actually still think the whole idea of lenticulars is kind of cool. But of course, Pokemon did the art box cards a long time ago, those little squares. I'll probably link my video. I did a couple videos on those at the end of this. I think this is the first time they've done a lenticular for an actual, like, TCG product. So, yes, it is Charizard again, but it's cool. Plus, he can get his mouth to do kind of funny things when you do that. He's just kind of munching. With all of that out of the way, let's start ripping open some packs. We're actually going to do a Paradox Rift first, because it's out of any of the packs we're doing today, that is the most boring. Like, it's still a really nice set, but Surging Sparks, Journey Together, Destined Rivals, like, you're really going to go with Paradox Rift over those 3. So we have the Purloin, the Mindfu. It would be interesting to see if they did that with actual cards, but I don't think it would work, because they kind of have to make them out of plastic, right? So they can't, like, I kind of, like, dropped the little stack here. They'd have to, like, make them out of plastic, so I really don't think it would work, but, they can still do it as, like a promo thing, right? And we have the Ice Ferret. Look, I know that it's a Sabertooth. You don't have to remind me, I know. At least I think that's what it's supposed to be, right? Whatever. It looks like a ferret, I'm gonna call it a ferret. So we're gonna pull that one out. And onto the Surging Sparks, we have the Delmise, Titan, the Shrudel, Gravity Mountain, Aeolin Dugtrio. Oh, there's something. There's something. Okay, wow, I'm stupid. I really thought there was something there. To be fair, I was looking at it through the camera screen, not like in person. And I have like if it's like here, I'm looking at it like this angle. So for my angle, I thought I saw texture, like the angle on screens, right? It doesn't always look the same. I remember I was having to work with a contractor recently, and they had one of those like really like rugged laptops. Like you can like hang it around your shoulder. It has like rubberized like corners and stuff on it, like super rugged, like meant for work, like laptops. And to be fair, that's the kind of thing I would want. I'm really big on like protection and durability. I was most impressed though by the screen on that thing. First off, this guy had, hey, we have the execute. I mean, we already have this execute, but I'll take another execute. Working on a project that probably still won't see fruition for a little while, but pulling duplicates for me now could be a good thing for you in the future. That's all I'm going to say for the time being. We have a Togekiss and an energy. But anyways, this dude had the brightness all the way up. We were indoors. I don't know why he, like, I watched him turn it up. Like, we're in a really well lit room. Bit unnecessary. But man, like, if this is the screen, I could stand here. Like, and it was still just clear as day. Like, it's obviously not some cheap TN panel. Like, whatever kind of display they put in that laptop was just wild to me. Like, kind of overkill, right? Like, I get that's like a work laptop, but man, if you need a viewing angle that you can see it from, like, the thinnest point of its side, that's a little bit overkill. Oh my god, I keep just dropping cards today. Hop's Choice Band, the Adino, Kecleon, and a Hollow Wailord. I'm just happy to be doing more Journey Together and Destined Rivals. Like, it's honestly, like, super hyped. Both of these were actually picked up for my LGS, and the guy who kind of runs the place, whenever I came in, he was like, man, he's like, you're gonna be happy, because they actually saved one of these for me. And I feel like I didn't really, like, obviously I, like, thanked him and all of that, but, the fact that I am getting Journey Together and Destined Rivals right now at, MSRP is just kind of wild, and I feel like at the time I didn't really piece it together in my head, like, hold on, that's actually sick, like, I'm getting these sets at, like, good price. We have a Salamence EX. Wow, I just said that and then it went quiet. I'm obviously cutting out the silence there. I was gonna say something and then I just didn't. Either way, Salamence EX, not as cool as like getting like a trainer-owned Pokemon here, but I don't believe I had this EX before, so I'll take him. And finally, Destined Rival. My Destined Rival is my video editor. That's why I'm wearing all green on a green screen. Too bad my video editor happens to also be me. If you want to help support the channel, you can become a channel member with the link right down below for just $3 a month. And you get access to an exclusive video every single week, as well as a special role in the Discord, and a shout out at the end of each video. That's it, that's literally it. That's the whole reason I put up the green screen and put all this on, and got the camera set up and the studio lights going was so I could say that. So if you don't want to click it, at least go look at it. Just go look at the join button. Just appreciate all 4 letters. Back to the video. Yeah, ever since I got my hands on the Switch, too, I have been playing a lot of Pokemon Scarlet. It has become a bit of an addiction. I say that as someone who doesn't really have that much time to play games. I made time, like, twice now to put, like, a couple hours into it, which, for me, is, like, a lot. Again, starting here soon, I'll actually start having free time again, but as of the last few months, and currently, I don't. But Destined Rivals, we have the pre-release box here. So, okay, I actually don't want to spoil it. I want to open it that way. And, of course, we are going to have 4 packs. Then it comes with this thing, more of an advertisement than anything. I really do wonder how many people are actually reading this. Like, this has to be one of the least read things that Pokemon makes. I mean, that actually has a use, I suppose, if you don't want to use an app. Like the Shiny app, which you can get right now for free on Android and I'm not sponsored by them. I mean, it's an app made by one dude. It's like an indie startup kind of thing, but I actually used the Shiny app and kind of fell in love with it, and the community in their Discord is awesome, so even though I've been a little bit slacking in their Discord as of late, I still lurk there. But the guy who makes the app is just sick, and he's, to my knowledge, he recently went full-time, like, working on app development, because there is, like, a paid version, but it's a one-time purchase. It's like, I don't remember what it was, like, $10, $20, I don't remember. And then all of the features are yours for life. Your card collection is backed up online. Like, it's the best tracking app I've tried. I know it sounds weird that I'm just bringing it in the middle of a video, but I was kind of thinking about it today, like, again, it's like a startup kind of thing. Like, he's not going to be able to, like, pay me money to sponsor me. But, if I've considered just, like, hey, like, if there's a way for him to, like I could almost, like, buy, like, gifts for Shiny Pro, because, like, I really want that app to work. Like, I used TCG Player's app for the longest time. Also, I'm going to guess we're going to be getting a Typhlosion as a stamped card. That's the reason I like to do it last, to try and guess what card we're going to get. I feel like it's pretty obvious it's going to be a Typhlosion. I mean, Ethan's Typhlosion, more than likely. But, like, my biggest fear is that it just fails. Because, like, you know, it is hard to start these kind of things up, right? But the app is sick. It runs so smooth compared to TCG Players, and so I migrated over so fast. I mean, it took a long time to do that. But it's not even like I could, like, back up my TCG Player and throw it on there. Because my TCG Player catalog is lost to time because they don't have online backups. So, yeah, the Shiny app has become just, like, essential for me. And they use, like, TCG Player for their pricing, but they also use, like, eBay and all of that, and if there's, like, oh, this card isn't in there yet, hop on the Discord, send them a link for it, like the TCG Player link, and they'll add it within, like, I'm not going to say within an hour, but usually it's crazy fast. Along with, like, correcting things. Like, we've seen some funny things. They're like, hey, this Pupitar is saying that it's worth, like, 10 grand. And then, like, they'll go on TCG Player, and it says the same thing there, and it's because there was, like, some sort of error, right? And so they pulled it from TCG Player pulled it from God knows where. And so they'll just go through and manually correct the value on the Pupitar. Energy, Larvitar, Lacey. Basic energy, and we should be basically at the end. And it could be a Tyranitar. I guess it could be a Tyranitar, but my guess is Typhlosion, which would be sick. Code card, and yes, Ethan's Typhlosion with the Destined Rivals stamp. That is sick. I'm not even like a crazy Typhlosion fan, but, like, man, out of anything it could have been, I'm super happy. To be fair, I don't know what the other 3 stamped cards you can get out of this are. So maybe there's something in there I would like more, but man, this is a fantastic stamped card to get. If you're new to the channel, I collect stamped cards. It's an addiction of mine. Some would call it a collection. I call it a crippling addiction. But, okay, wow, that just, like, wow, okay, come on, can we just, like, open this pack like a normal human being? Can we just get the cards out? Good God. Code card. We have the Electrike, Halo, Slugma, Metatite, Team Rocket's Nidoqueen, Team Rocket's Ampharos, Granite Cave, Team Rocket's Brother Bot, as they were reversed. That's an I didn't know anything about that card. And okay, Team Rocket's Murkrow as an illustration rare. That is a fantastic looking card. Once again, not crazy on Murkrow, but very nice. I do think that Murkrow has a neat design, but I think it's just like my trauma from playing Pokemon Go, like the same year that Pokemon Go released, involving Murkrow being like impossible to catch for me. It was just like, I started to hate this bird. Like, before I was neutral on him, I started to hate him. I'd say I'm neutral on him again. He's fine. It's a nice little dark bird, little witch. Annihilate and Energy. I'm just happy to be getting an illustration rare, let alone it being a trainer owned. I mean, it's a Team Rocket owned, but let's be honest, it's basically the same category. In 10 years, when someone looks back on this era, they're gonna be like, yeah, there's all like trainer owned or whatever the term might change to by then. Is there even like a correct term for these kind of cards? Like, I just say trainer owned. Like, just like, I didn't hear someone say that first. I just started saying it because it makes sense. To be fair, that was before Journey Together was even a thing. Because, you know, we had them a long time ago. I just always called them that. I assume that's the name? Because, like, you have, like, trainer, and then that's a possessive, like, trainer owned. Like, I don't know, it makes sense to me, at least. Maybe there's, like, an official term for it, or, like, a fan term that I should be using. Team Rocket, Spidops, and Energy. Our next Destined Rivals. I don't think we're doing too bad. One full art is certainly fantastic out of, well, one illustration rare is certainly fantastic out of only 4 packs, but if we can get another, I would definitely be happy. Team Rocket's Pupitar, Cynthia's Milotic, Marnie's Liepard, Team Rocket's Venture Bomb, Shroomis, Baltoy, and the Elective Wire EX. Hey, a poll's a poll, man. But yeah, one thing I've been wanting to do is rework on my living decks. It is just so far behind. Like, I was working my living decks in Pokemon Home a long time ago, and I made a lot of progress. But that was, like, probably a couple years ago at this point. And I never finished it. I made a lot of progress, but not, like, maybe, like, you know, the first so many generations were, like, 100%ed. But it definitely needs a lot of work. And so I think that's one thing I want to try and focus on is getting, the living decks going. Obviously, like, shiny hunting tends to end up taking up a lot of my time instead, but I think a living dex is a more fun goal, you know, more of a long-term thing. Misty Starmie, and come on, there's something. Yep, a full art. So we had an illustration rare, an EX, and a full art EX. Not bad out of 3 packs from a pre-release box, let alone one that gave us that good of a stamped card. But we have the Dondozo EX. Again, a lot of these full arts I don't usually care for, the generic backgrounds and stuff, but I mean, we're looking at an aquatic creature. It looks like it's in water. I don't have any complaints about the background on the full art this go around. I do like how it kind of like swirls around him though, when, you know, he's kind of curled, so it does kind of like draw attention to the center of the card. This is one of the full arts that I would say they did perfect on. I also think like the trainer owned full arts are like a drastic improvement because you have like the trainer in the background. Like that's far better than what we usually get. Anyways, it is now time for the bonus card of the day. Explanations when you write down there in that corner. We are going to pull a random card from the back, and wow, that one looks beat. Let's slide this out. Is that a stain? What's on the back of this card? So this does actually have a price on it. $16 as a damage condition card. So assuming that I paid $16 for this, we'll see if I got scammed. Yeah, damage condition is correct here. That's what I was curious about right there. Is that just gonna like come off, or is that... It's like a glue dot. It's like stuck to the card like real well. Okay, I got it off, but it did obviously leave a stain. Yeah, definitely a damaged card. Guess the year. Brother, I am confused. I don't even know where to begin on this guy. I'm just gonna throw out a random guess. 2009. We have 2004. Hey, I was pretty close, right? 5 years off. We have Team Rocket's Meowth. And again, I told you, I'm a stamped boy. EX Team Rocket returns stamp right down there in the corner. I actually do remember picking this card up. Like, I remember buying this one because we were at it wasn't the LGS that I normally go to, but it was another LGS. And I was like, man, I love my stamped cards, and I don't know if because I'm pretty cheap on singles, right? And I was like, I don't know if I want to pay $16 for it, but Meowth is one of my wife's favorite Pokemon, and so I figured she would appreciate it. And, you know, if I'm going to buy this card, getting it in damage condition at a discount for $16, like, sure, I guess now's the time to get this stamped card, so I don't have to buy it again in better condition. Oh, wow, he has a bad wrinkle in his head. Like, don't get me wrong, I think condition's very important, like, it definitely is, but I also don't resell my cards, and so long as it looks okay in a sleeve, I'm fine with it. I mean, this one's a little bit iffy on that category, and that corner is peeling up real bad. He has a foil cut right there, and a little bit along his head there. But from a distance, that is a beautiful looking card. Maybe a bit further. Maybe a bit further. Maybe further. Obviously, the price that you guys saw on screen is the TCG player like default price. It's not going to be for the condition that it's in. Oh, come on! I kicked my camera right as I was trying to like end the video. All right, let's go read off some names from some really cool people. Okay, well, statistically, one of these people isn't that cool, but I haven't figured out who it is yet. Massive thank you to my YouTube channel members: Pokehoarder J, Obsidian, Mr. Nintendo, Smokey of the Sun, Andrew B, Bod, Reed, Katie Huff 21, Lana C, Air, Kiss of Ember, Juno Rips Pokemon, Jordan Daniels, and Candace Reynolds. Thank you all for your continued support. Now I'm stuck on what video to send you guys to, because there was Journey Together in here, and Destined Rivals, and Surging Sparks. I guess this Rivals is still, like, the newest one at the time of filming, so I guess it kind of makes sense. So on this side, I'm going to have a not a playlist, I'm going to have a video to my last Destined Rivals video. And on this side, I'm going to have a playlist of all of my Pokemon videos if you feel like binging. Lastly, link above my head is going to lead to the community Discord if you feel like joining in. And if the chroma key is making me look stupid right now, just blame my editor. He happens to be me, but it's his fault. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching, and hopefully I will see all of you next time. Goodbye for now.